started. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Okay, so by now we are ready for our math lesson. Remember the rules. If you want to share something, if you want clarification, if you have a question, what you are supposed to do. Very good. We raise our hands so that we can move in an orderly manner, so that we don't have a lot of you shouting at the same time. So we will raise our hands. Okay? So if you are chewing, please throw it away from me. If you are not sitting properly, please sit down properly. We are ready to start. Okay? So at any point you need any clarification, you need me to stop, you let me know, okay? You raise your hand and tell them, Mister, can you stop and explain that part? Okay, Adolfo, Maria, I said it once. Okay. I want 2 volunteers to come. Yes, Fabian and let me see who will be the first participant. So I only need one. So I will select one. I will select one by playing paper, scissors, rock. Okay? So whosoever wins, you will do the activity for me. Okay? You ready? Begin. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Fabian. Thank you. Okay, now what I will ask Odalis, I have some sweets here. I want you to call 3 of your friends, and you will divide. Sorry, you will give them those sweets. You will give away those sweets to them. Okay, choose any 3 that you want. Choose any 3 friends that you want. Alison, come here. Sonia, come here. Okay. So among them, you give away those sweets. Come, stand. You call both Alisons. Okay. So how will you give away those? You need to share. You need to give away those sweets. Okay. Think how you will do it. Yes. Tienes que compartir esos grupos. Tienes que compartir. I don't know how you will be doing it. You decide. So you are thinking a way how to do it. How did you manage to play? One step forward. So how many did you get? 5. You? 5? 5. Very good. See, so you see what Odalis did? What happened? What did it first? So yes. So she counted the sweets and then check how many each of them can get. Okay? So anybody has a different way how you will share those sweets? Fabian, how will you do it? The same thing? The same thing. Or you can be giving 1, 1, 1, 1. That will take too long. So what was happening here? We start with the concept here. What was happening? We had some sweets. We have 3 persons and one having the sweets. So what is happening? What happened? You are dividing. Excellent. I want the word you are dividing. You are dividing. Okay? Yes, you can sit down. Very good. So let's give Adalis a round of applause. Very good. Thank you, Adalis. So, yes, we were dividing. We were dividing. Yeah? So, remember, we can divide numbers, we can divide objects, and what we'll be learning today is division of mixed numbers. Division of mixed numbers. Okay? You remember what's a mixed number? You remember what's a mixed number? You remember? We are coming from 2 weeks vacation. I need you to let me know. Who is brave enough to give me a mixed number? Who is brave enough to come and give me a mixed number? Nobody? You forgot already, se les olvidó. Okay, let me see. Okay. So I will give you the ball and you give me something that you remember. Okay? What do you know? Very good. So it's a whole number. Very good. It's a whole number. What else? Give it to someone. Someone has to share. Dalis? Okay, so we have a whole number. Very good. So it is made up of a whole number. Give it to it. Very good. So it has a fraction. Very good. So it has a fraction. So we remember the last time before we went for vacations, we did addition. We did subtraction. Now we are going to do division. Okay? Division of mixed number. Division of a mixed number. Okay? So I want you to listen to this video. You will look at it, you will watch it, and you will see the steps. Okay? So I want you to look at the video.
Which should be helpful. Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, I'm going to cover how to divide mixed numbers. Now, I'll go through one example which should be helpful for anyone looking for a quick review or refresher, whether you learned this recently or years ago. If you need more help or examples, I dropped links to other videos on this topic down in the description. Let's jump into our example where we have 4 3/4 divided by 2 1/3. Now the first thing that we want to do is to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. That way we just have a numerator and a denominator. Let's start with 4 3/4. And we start at the bottom.
Look at the video.
Work our
Listen
way.
to what he's saying.
So we multiply, then add. So we do 4 times 4, so the denominator times the whole number. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we add the numerator. 16 plus 3 is 19.
So you
So
see the step,
19
how did
is
he
the
get
numerator
19?
of our improper fraction.
So please
we
look
keep
at that.
our denominator of 4 the same. Then we can bring our division sign down and convert our second mixed number. So again, we multiply, then add. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's our numerator, and then keep the denominator of 3 the same, so 7 thirds. 19 fourths is equivalent to 4 and 3 fourths, and then 7 thirds is equivalent to 2 and 1 third. So we're not changing the value of the problem at all when we convert to improper fractions. Mixed numbers and improper fractions are equivalent, they're just in different forms. Now again, we're converting to improper fractions, so we just have a numerator and a denominator, and then we can go through our steps for dividing.
Okay. Now, what you can see, what you are seeing here is the different steps up to now. Observe what has happened, okay? So how did we get 19 fourths, or 19 over 4, or 19 as a numerator? So if you look at this fraction, what type of fraction do we call that? Huh? Improper. Why we call it an improper? Very good, because the numerator is greater than the denominator. So, but how did we get this? From here we got this. So are you following on the different steps that he is doing? Are you observing the video? I will play it back again. Meanwhile it is
Our first improper fraction. So 19 fourths. Then we switch or change. So 19 fourths. Then we switch or change our division to multiplication.
okay. Let me go back again. Meanwhile it is
With Mr. J.
the last step.
In this video, I'm going to cover
I
how
want
to
you
divide
to
mixed
look at the
numbers.
different
Now,
steps
I'll
that
go
we need
through
to do
one
that.
example,
How we can
which
divide
should be helpful
mixed
for
number.
anyone looking
Okay?
for a quick review
So,
or refresher. Whether you learned this recently,
What we have here, remember what happened with the sweets? We divided. So we are working with division. Okay? We are working with division. Division of what? Mixed number. Like you rightly said, a mixed number is made up of a whole number and a fraction. So a mixed number is made up of a whole number and a fraction, and we can divide it. I want you to look at the steps, because then I will give you some questions on the video. Okay? Look at the steps. Please look at the steps. This is the last chance opportunity that you will be watching, then I will be asking, okay?
4 years ago. If you need more help or examples, I dropped links to other videos on this topic down in the description. Let's jump into our example where we have 4 and 3/4 divided by 2 and 1/3. Now the first thing that we want to do is to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. That way we just have a numerator and a denominator. Let's start with 4 and 3/4. We start at the bottom and work our way to the top. So we multiply, then add. So we do 4 times 4, so the denominator times the whole number. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we add the numerator. 16 plus 3 is 19. So 19 is the numerator of our improper fraction. We keep our denominator.
Please observe the different
Then we
steps.
can bring our division sign down and convert our second mixed number. So again, we multiply, then add. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's our numerator, and then keep the denominator of 3 the same, so 7/3. 19/4 is equivalent to 4 3/4, and then 7/3 is equivalent to 2 1/3. So we're not changing the value of the problem at all when we convert to improper fractions. Mixed numbers and improper fractions are equivalent, they're just in different forms. Now again, we're converting to improper fractions, so we just have a numerator and a denominator, and then we can go through our steps for dividing. Have a numerator and a denominator, and then we can go through our steps for dividing.
Okay. Meanwhile,
The improper fractions are equivalent, they're just in different forms. Now again, we're converting to improper fractions, so we just have a numerator and a denominator, and then we can go through our steps for dividing.
okay, let me show you this. So I'm having problems with the internet, but next one. Let's see what happened here. How did we get the 19 over 4, and what happened to this? Why we have the multiplication sign? Okay. So you will what? What happened to this then? So what can you tell me about that? Why here I have a division sign, then here it appears a multiplication. So what happened? What happened? Okay, so that means that you need to multiply. So you are changing the sign. You are changing the sign. So if you change the sign, what do you think will happen with this number? What do you think will happen with that number? What happened? It will change. How do you think it will change? By what? You see? That sign. What is that sign telling me? What is it indicating? I change it. How? Very good. So I write, you see, the arrow is telling me the 7 comes down and the 3 goes up. So I am flipping it. Do you see? I am flipping this fraction. But why I am flipping it? Why I am flipping it? Because I changed the sign. The division became multiplication sign, so I have to flip that. Did you understand? So, then what do you think will be the last step? Huh? What will be the last step? What's the new sign that I got? Minus. Is this a minus? Huh? That's a multiplication sign. So you will then multiply the numbers. 19 times 3 are what? 19 and 3 are called what? 19 is at the top here and 3 is at the top here. So what do we call them? Numerators. So first you multiply the numerators, then you multiply the denominator. Okay? Let's see if we can have the video. Let me see. It will not play, it is stopping right there. Okay? It is stopping right there. So observe what has been happening. Observe what has been happening. Now, I want you to make a circle. Let's make a circle. Let's make a circle and we will share. We will share what we just started. Okay? Remember? Then go, boys, we go to the box there. Okay, so we will play pass the ball and you will tell me one thing that you observe. I will leave the picture because so that it can help you, okay? So we will play the game pass the ball and you will tell me what did you observe, what did you learn from the video. I know that we were having technical difficulties, but we'll try to see what did you grasp, okay? What did you learn from what we observed, okay? Yes. So let's start here. But you have to close a little bit here. Yes? Whichever direction you want to start, okay? Okay. Let's begin. Pause the ball, 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 stop the ball. Okay. Why William? You don't want to share? Just tell me something that you saw on the video. Anything. It can be a word, it can be in Spanish. Whatever did you observe? What was happening there? Or what was being explained to us there? Very good. So you were dividing. Were we dividing? What were we dividing? Get me specifically. What were we dividing? 4 and 3/4. But what do we call that? What do we call it? Okay, you have share. We are dividing. Very good. That's a word. Pause the ball, pause the ball, pause the ball, pause the ball, stop the ball. Very good. Alison, what else did you observe? So, William shared that we are dividing. Very good. Something else that you want to share? Huh? You changed the numbers, but I am missing the name of those numbers. What did we change to improper fraction? Huh? Can you help? What did we change? What do we call that type of fraction that we changed? 4 and 3/4. What do we call it? Anyone? Huh? We have here, Alison said that we need to change it to improper fraction. But yes, what do we call the 4 and 3/4? What type of fraction is that? Denominator. Listen to the question. What do we call the type of fraction that has a whole number and a fraction? An example is 4 and 3/4. What do we call it? We are missing that point there. Bingo, very good. Mixed number. So we need to be more specific. Yes. William used very good try. So you say division was happening there. Now, Allison was telling me you were changing numbers, but we have to be careful. I want to hear the correct name. We were changing mixed numbers to improper fractions. Very good. Pass the ball, 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 stop the ball. So what happened? What else did you observe there? Flat tire? Yes. Anything that you observed there? Huh? What happened with the times? What happened with the times? Some of you observed division, others changing to improper fraction. Now you are telling about times. What happened to the times? What can you tell me about the times? What can you tell me about the times? Somebody wants to help? What about the times? What does Aisha refers when he says times? What is times? Somebody wants to help? Assist? Somebody wants to help? Nobody? We have no say? Multiply. Very good. So times means multiply. But what happened? What can you tell me about the multiplication sign? Pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, stop the ball. Jose. 3 steps. Wow, let's yeah, we have some steps. You are having 3 steps. Very good. So you observe 3 steps. Can you name one? Times and add. So what happened there? The lowest. Okay, very good. Very good try. The last one. Pass the ball, 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 stop the ball. Wait. Ethan, don't worry, Ethan, you're afraid? Okay. Yes, Anjali, anything that you observed? Nala, you don't want to share. You don't want to share. Oh, Ethan, give it to Ethan. Ethan wants to share. Huh? Listen, we're not listening. Very good. We have to swap this. You know what to swap? What other word did I use? Flip. Very good. Very good, Ethan. So, are you making the connections? Are you making the connections? Some of you mentioned swap, division, improper fraction, times, and other things. 3 steps. Okay? Very good. You can sit down. Thank you. Now, okay, let me see who is brave enough to come up here and do this activity. I want some volunteers, 3 volunteers. You want to go? You want Adolfo? We have Fabian. Very good. Come up, Fabian, and who else? Huh? We have 2. We need 1 more. Remember, they need to volunteer. You cannot. Minor? Okay, So now, your skill will be to work as a group. Okay? So you will observe what I have given to Adolfo. I have given him some steps. Shorten the steps, and you will have to arrange them according to what happened on the video, okay? I have shortened the steps like Jose mentioned it, 3 steps to break down or summarize what was happening on the video. What did you see? The different steps that went through when we are dividing mixed numbers. I want you to tell me or read them in the correct order. So you decide, you discuss among 3 of you. Which one will go first, which one will go next. Okay? I will give you some time. You need to put on your thinking cap and discuss, and then you tell me, you let me know. Which one happened first, which happened next, and what happened last. Okay? You decide. You decide. Whenever you're ready, you let me know. So this is what we observed from the video. What did we learn? What did we observe? Okay? You ready? Okay, read me the first one. Who has the first one? Do we agree, class? Huh? Do we agree? Discuss it again and see. Do you agree with the steps? Class, do we agree? Let's give them another opportunity. Have you switched? Okay, read me the first step then. Do you agree, class? Still, they don't have it, so you have to switch them again. Class, do you agree? No, they have to do it again. Yes? Let me hear it now. The first step. Class, do you agree now? Alison, do you agree? Okay. Yes. Your third try, you get it correct. Okay? So you the third, yes, the third time. Let me see the third time is the correct one. So okay. So very good. So the first one, who read the first one? Say it again. So the first step. Listen to the first step. Very good. So we are given mixed numbers. We are given mixed numbers. So what do we do with that mixed numbers? We change them to improper fraction. And yes, what was the second one? I miss a keyword there. I miss a keyword there. Someone can tell me, because switch is the same as swap. We change. But did you observe which fraction did I change? Which one did I switch? The first one or the second one? Huh? The second one. Very good, Dennis. Very good. You were observing. So we will change the numerator. Remember, the 7 became the denominator, and the 3 that was the denominator, it became, it was the denominator, it became the numerator. So we switch. Then whenever we have them, switch. But what happened? There is another step that I didn't include here. When you switch, what happened? Excellent, Dennis. You're observing. We change the division sign to a excellent. You see? You were following. Some of you were observing. We're having some difficulties there, but you were following. So very good. So all those things. Remember, you swap or you switch, but whenever you switch, you change the fraction. Or you can do it as soon as you change the sign, you swap. But the step is that you need to swap, because if you change the sign and if you don't switch, your answer will be wrong. So the key word there is switch the fraction. Okay? You need to change the fraction. Switch the fraction, the improper fractions. You understand? You change it. Then the last step is we multiply. We multiply. If you can observe, yes, give me the very good. Only Allison was observing. Yes. See what happens here. First step, like we mentioned, we changed the mixed number to improper. Second step, we switch. Because we switch, we need to change the sign. So don't forget that. Okay? Don't forget that. So, change, and if you observe the video, how do I change improper? Remember the last time we were changing improper fractions to mixed numbers. We were changing improper. Now we are changing mixed number. We multiply the denominators, and the answer that we get, we add it to the 3. For example, in this case, what is 4 times 4? What is 4 times 4? 16 plus 3? 9. That is how we get the 9. That is how we get the 9. So 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3, 90. So we switch, and then we change the sign, then we multiply. 19 times 3, 57. 4 times 7. What is 4 times 7? Huh? 28. Okay, so we have that. I will not cover with you how to reduce. Right now I want you to apply the steps. Okay, I will go step by step with you. I want you to at least reach to this one, because this you should know it already. This is my answer is an improper fraction, and we have covered improper fractions. We divide. How many times can 28 go into 57? Okay. So we have the different steps. I will give you the video for where it reaches for the last time. Observe, then I will give you a problem.
In this video, I'm going to cover how to divide mixed numbers. Now, I'll go through one example which should be helpful for anyone looking for a quick review or refresher, whether you learned this recently or years ago. If you need more help or examples, I dropped links to other videos on this topic down in the description. Let's jump into our example where we have 4 3/4 divided by 2 1/3. Now the first thing that we want to do is to convert these mixed numbers to improper fractions. That way we just have a numerator and a denominator. Let's start with 4 and 3/4. We start at the bottom and work our way to the top. So we multiply, then add. So we do 4 times 4, so the denominator times the whole number. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we add the numerator. 16 plus 3 is 19. So 19 is the numerator of our improper fraction. We keep our denominator of 4 the same. Then we can bring our division sign down and convert our second mixed number. So again, we multiply, then add. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. That's our numerator, and then keep the denominator of 3 the same, so 7/3. 19/4 is equivalent to 4 and 3/4, and then 7/3 is equivalent to 2 and 1/3. So we're not changing the value of the problem at all when we convert to improper fractions. Mixed numbers and improper fractions are equivalent, they're just in different forms. Now again, we're converting to improper fractions, so we just have a numerator and a denominator, and then we can go through our steps for dividing these fractions, which we're going to use keep, switch, flip. Also known as keep, change, flip. So no matter how you think of it, they mean the same thing. I know there's different words out there for these steps, but in the end, they all mean the same thing. So let's keep our first fraction here, our first improper fraction. So 19/4. Then we switch or change our division to multiplication, and then we flip our second fraction, our second improper fraction. So the denominator becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. This is called the reciprocal. So we have 3/7. Once we get to this point, we can multiply straight across. So numerator times numerator, and then denominator times denominator. Let's do the numerators first. So 19 times 3, that gives us 57. And then we have 4 times 7, which is 28. Now that's our answer as an improper fraction. We're going to convert it to a mixed number. So we need to do our numerator, 57, divided by our denominator, 28. Now we can do this using mental math, or we can write everything out. Some problems are going to be a little simpler, and we're going to be able to use mental math, and in some situations we'll have to write out the problem. I'll go through both here so you can see what that looks like. Let's use mental math here first. So how many whole groups of 28 out of 57? Well, if you're able to think about that, it's going to be 2 whole groups of 28, because that gets us to 56. So 2 whole groups of 28. Now we do not hit 57 exactly. We have something left over, a remainder. So the difference between 57 and 56 is 1. So we have a remainder of 1. And we keep our denominator of 28 the same. Let me write that out as well. So we have 57 divided by 28. So we need to think how many whole groups of 28 out of 57. Well, we said that's 2. That gets us to 56. So 2 times 28 is 56. So we get a remainder of 1. This 2 is going to be the whole number, part of our mixed number, 2 whole 28s out of 57. And then this 1, the remainder, is going to be the numerator. And then we keep our denominator of 28 the same. Once we get to our mixed number, we can check to see if we can simplify the fractional part. 128 is in simplest form. The only common factor between 1 and 28 is 1. So we are...
I was going to give you some individual, but I will change it, okay? First, we will do 1 together. We will look at the different steps. Then you will be working in groups, and you will be, I will be you will be telling me the different steps. You will be showing me the steps. Okay? So, for you to practice, I will give you a typing sheet, and you will show me the different steps. I will give you the problem, and you will solve it for me. Is that okay? So get me your pencil, only your pencil. Okay, Sonia. You get the paper. As soon as you get the paper, let us solve that one. Write it big enough so that whenever I ask you, you will show it to me, and I will see if the different steps are correct. Yes. Yes, with the answer. Remember the 3 different steps? What was the first one? What was the first step? Change mixed number. What was the second step? Switch. Very good. And then the last one? Multiply. Very good. So please remember the different steps. So we have 3 more minutes. Three more minutes to Okay, 2 more minutes so that then we can check it, so that we can finish with math. Minute? Okay, 1 more minute. Don't worry, then remember we will have more practice. This is our first session on that. So we will be going step by step. What I want you to understand is at least to apply the different steps, the 3 steps. Because division is difficult and I know that you need to get the basic foundation first before you find the answer. Okay? Okay? Time's up. Time's up. Okay. Don't worry, remember this is a learning process. If you forgot, we have the whole week to continue with this. Okay, pencils down, and let me see where we are. To close the lesson, remember we have 3 different steps. The first step was to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 5 times 3, 15 plus 2, 17 over 3. Then we change this. 2 times 7, 14 plus 3, 17. Is that correct? 2 times 7, 14 plus 3, 17. 5 times 3, 15 plus 2, 17. Now, stand if you have this step. Please stand if you have that step. Stand if you did this step, the first step. That's okay, don't feel bad about it. Okay, you may sit down. Very good, the majority. So you accomplished the first step. Now, change mixed number to improper fraction. First step. Then we were to flip the second fraction, and you needed to change the sign. So the second step, my marker, this may work. Divided by 7 over 17, 7, 17. Stand if you did that step. Very good. Okay, so that's the second step. Sorry, we are making a mistake. Remember, we flipped that, we needed to multiply. So you have completed. Who got the answer? Stand if you got the answer. You multiply the answer. What was the answer? What was the answer? Nobody? Okay. So, we will continue with that, okay? The 3 steps. First, what was the first one? Change mixed numbers to improper fraction. Second step, switch the second improper fraction. Switch the second improper fraction. Means that you will flip it. You will flip it. And third, multiply. Okay, multiply the fraction. Okay? So that's it for division of mixed numbers. Very good. Thank you for your attention. Tomorrow we will continue with more, okay?